Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us.
Our top story tonight, a developing story in Manatee County. A middle school student arrested after sheriff's deputies say he brought a loaded handgun to school.
A spokesperson for the Manatee County School District says administrators at Bradenton Harley Middle School were alerted this morning that a 13-year-old boy had a gun. The boy was removed from class, and sheriff's deputies say they found a loaded handgun and a small amount of marijuana in his backpack. The child told deputies that he found the gun on the side of the road. The boy was arrested. No one was hurt, and classes at the school were not disrupted. The school district plans to send out an automated call to parents this evening, telling them what happened in this incident. Bradenton Police stepping up its fight against addiction.
Police officers and detectives now handing out cards with important numbers for people struggling with addiction, and so they can get the help they need. ABC 7's Rick Adams is joining us live from the Bradenton Police Department with more on this. Rick.
Yeah, Haley and Scott, this is the card that's being handed out. The police here, they believe it's making a big difference in the lives of those facing addiction. The hope is that these cards will help change a lot of lives, especially with the way the drug epidemic is in Manatee County and throughout the entire Sun Coast. Police officers from the Bradenton Police Department are handing out these substance abuse hotline cards to those battling heroin addiction and other addictions.
If we can get one person a day cured off an addiction, to me that's a win. And I would take that every day of the year.
The card features a variety of numbers for places where people can get help or treatment locally. One of the many organizations who are partnering with the police department in this effort is Centerstone in Bradenton. They're a behavioral health hospital and addiction center helping lots of folks get back on their feet.
My hope is that even if they're not prepared to say, yes, I'm going to call right now today, that they do put it in their pocket and hopefully find it later, and then reach out to us.
We're being told a Bradenton firefighter initially came up with this idea a while back, and these cards were already in production through Drug Free Manatee. The police department says they've updated it with more information and more numbers.
We're trying to get the word out that we are here not just to make arrests if needed, but we're also here to treat the problem, treat the symptoms.
And in the 6 months the Bradenton Police Department have been doing this, they say they have received a lot of positive feedback. Reporting live from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
Thank you, Rick. Northport police have charged a homeless man with attempted murder after they say he brutally beat his brother. Police say Brian Little attacked his brother at the Salvation Army on Pan American Boulevard late last night. The victim was flown to a local hospital, and police say he has life-threatening injuries. Police say the investigation is ongoing. A woman injured after she smashed her van into the front of a Sarasota home. The woman was driving along Weber Street around 3:45 this afternoon when she ran off the road. She drove through several yards before hitting a house, damaging the garage door and the foundation, as you can see right there. Luckily, no one was inside the home at the time, but the driver was hurt. She was taken to Sarasota Memorial Hospital.
State transportation officials are in town for a public hearing about one of Manatee County's most dangerous intersections. The intersection of US 41 and State Road 70 received FDOT's highest severity score in the county based on 2013 crash statistics. The state wants to add a median to split traffic on the east side of the intersection, where it counted 64 accidents in the last 5 years. Transportation officials are holding a public meeting right now at State College of Florida to talk about the improvement. The median would eliminate left turns in and out of a nearby shopping plaza.
It will eliminate some of the conflict points and turning movements that create conflict.
People are going to have a harder time turning into the plaza. They're going to get confused, or they're going to have to go all the way down, make a U-turn to come back up. And that's an issue in itself.
Public hearing will begin at 6 p.m. in room 147 of SCF's Student Union building.
New statistics show a record number of manatee deaths in Florida this year. Nearly 500 manatees were killed in Florida waters between January 1st and December 2nd. Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission officials say nearly 100 of those deaths were caused by boaters. 17 manatees died in Sarasota County this year, and 14 deaths were reported in Manatee County. Other causes of death include birthing complications, cold stress, and natural causes. A very special holiday event will take place at Selby Botanical Gardens tonight in Sarasota.
ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us now live from the gardens to show us what's going on there tonight. Bob?
Well, the lights in bloom right here at Selby Gardens in Sarasota. I tell you what, they got all the decorations are up right now, ready to go for a big evening. We're going to talk more about this huge event in just a little bit. Currently, though, the good news is that the rain is staying away temporarily, and that's what we need to happen for us tonight. We'll talk more, as I said, about this event. Right now, the temperature is at 66 degrees. We have some clouds around, and the dew point temperature is at 53. As far as the humidity goes, it's at 63%. Winds are at the north at 7. And the pressure 30.13, which is pretty high, and that continues to rise at this time. A cold front has made its way through for the most part. Winds have switched around to the north. Dew point temperatures are starting to drop, so it's going to be cooler tonight than it has been over the past couple of nights. Low temperatures will be dropping down a little bit below average tonight, much below average, I think, by tomorrow night. So again, we are here at Selby Gardens. We'll have much more on this event tonight, as well as the weekend weather, which is fast approaching. And there's a couple of boat parades, one here in Sarasota, another one along the Manatee River. Details on all that coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you guys.
Okay, Bob, thank you. New data shows a surprising change in popular jobs in Florida over recent years. The U.S. Census Bureau releasing new numbers today that show during the time period of 2010 and 2015, the biggest increases in job growth were from education, healthcare, tourism, and professional positions, while most of the loss of jobs in that same time frame were in construction, real estate, government, and manufacturing fields.
And ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now to tell us that the Wall Street rally just keeps on rolling.
Haley, it's hard to believe. I've been doing this for a long time, and I don't think I've ever seen a market act the way this one has. We've been up 19 out of the past 23 days. We've set 13 record closes just since the election day. Today, every index we follow on a regular basis closed at an all-time high, as well as, frankly, some that we don't even follow every day. Everything seems to be moving higher, but believe it or not, the market was down 22 points at the low of the day. We were up 100 and some at the high of the day, finished in between, but again, a record close, and it just keeps on going. So let's take a look at the figures, and one of these days we'll see a down day. By the way, we haven't seen back-to-back down days in more than 5 weeks. That's a strong market. There you see the Dow up 65 points, a record close of 19,614.81, up 1/3 of 1% on volume of 697 million shares. A record, of course, for the NASDAQ, up 23.5 points, more than 0.4 of 1%, closing at 5,417.36. That on volume of 1,709 million shares. And a clean sweep, the S&P got an up arrow as well. A record close up almost 5 points, 0.2 of 1% at 2,246.19. Well, shares of Costco were up by more than 2.5% today after the company said its earnings came in ahead of Wall Street expectations. A lot of that had to do with the fact they had an increase in same-store sales. And believe it or not, a lot of it also had to do with the fact that the retail merchant decided to change its charge cards from American Express to Visa. Visa is charging them quite a bit less than American Express had been charging, and the results went directly to the bottom line. So there's no question Costco is a huge retailer. $27 billion in revenue just in the last calendar quarter. That's a lot of people and a lot of memberships, a lot of things going out the door.
But not the same story for Sears and Kmart, Richard.
Scott, you're exactly right. A lot of people don't even realize they're one and the same company. Sears and Kmart are. They have closed 87 stores so far this year. More to come. They're down to 1,500 stores after once having 4,000. They were the icon of retail. Not the case any longer.
Okay, Richard, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Scott.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, the first American to orbit the Earth dies at the age of 95. Next, we'll remember the life of John Glenn.
And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be joining us live with your full weather forecast. And coming up in Health Smart, the worst year for mumps outbreaks in a decade. The state's being hit particularly hard. That's next.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Totoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
You've seen me roll for 100 G's, but I got a little more than dough riding on this one. They call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. And so the best that I can do is pray. Luck be a lady tonight.
Alex Karras Lincoln's holiday sales event is here. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Former astronaut and Senator John Glenn has passed away at the age of 95.
Glenn was the first American to orbit the Earth. ABC's Karen Travers has a look back at his life.
As a statesman, fighter pilot, and astronaut, John Glenn had a knack for being at the right place, at the right time, with the right stuff.
I guess I've looked at my whole life as being a sort of service to my country.
The son of a plumber and school teacher, Glenn was born and raised in Ohio, where he met and married his childhood sweetheart, Annie. In 1942, he quit college for the military, and as a highly decorated Marine pilot, flew dozens of missions in the Pacific during World War II. In the Korean War, his co-pilot was baseball legend Ted Williams.
As the astronaut prepares for space flight.
After years as a test pilot, Glenn was selected in 1959 to be one of NASA's original 7 Mercury astronauts. He became the first American to orbit the Earth.
Oh, that view is tremendous.
Despite technical problems aboard Friendship 7, Glenn made 3 orbits and landed safely. An appearance before Congress and a ticker tape parade followed. He became, quite simply, an American hero.
And I'm certainly glad to see that pride in our country and its accomplishments are not a thing of the past.
In 1964, Glenn left the space program for politics. After 2 failed U.S. Senate bids, he won a seat in 1974. He became a Capitol Hill fixture, spearheading policy in the areas of nuclear arms control and foreign affairs. But Glenn had his share of political disappointments, including a failed run for the 1984 Democratic presidential nomination, and a 1990 Senate investigation into his ties to corrupt financier Charles Keating. Glenn was eventually cleared of wrongdoing. After 24 years in Washington, he left the Senate, but not the spotlight.
And liftoff of Discovery with a crew of 6 astronaut heroes and 1 American legend.
In 1998, the 77-year-old Glenn returned to space after 36 years. Criticized by some as a NASA PR stunt, Glenn's 9-day mission aboard the shuttle Discovery studied the effects of weightlessness on aging and inspired seniors around the world.
One thing I promised Annie the day we were married, in addition to our wedding vows, of course, was that I would do everything I could to keep life from being boring.
Following his second historic space flight, Glenn remained in the public eye. He'll be remembered as a pioneer, a leader, and a man who seemed happiest when he was serving his country. For John Glenn, it was an amazing ride. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
A special tree lighting and silent auction will take place at Selby Botanical Gardens in Sarasota tonight.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us now live from the gardens with more. Hi, Bob.
Hi, I'll tell you what, it's a nice night despite the clouds. We've got some cover here, so the wind isn't a problem, and temperatures aren't too bad. I mean, I've got a short sleeve shirt on here right now, and we've got a lot going on. This is a big night tonight. We're going to light the lights here at Marie Selby Botanical Gardens, and Misha Kirby is now joining me, who is the Director of Public Relations here. Misha, what's happening tonight? What's happening throughout the rest of the holiday season?
So tonight we're lighting the bromeliad tree. It's a 25-foot tree that overlooks Sarasota Bay, and we're going to light up Selby Gardens to get ready for Lights in Bloom, which starts next Friday.
So Lights in Bloom actually starts next Friday, and that's going to be a big deal as well.
That is. That goes for 13 nights. The gardens are lit up at night. We expect several thousand people every evening to come through, stroll, enjoy music, food, and just enjoy the holidays.
So the gardens are lit up too, not just the front here of the building.
That's right. The bromeliad tree is kind of the beacon, and then the rest of the grounds are lit up.
It draws them in, right? And then that's cool. So it starts next Friday, and it goes on for a couple of weeks there, and it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, right up through the 30th of December, and then we have a New Year's Eve party here as well.
Misha Kirby, I appreciate it very much for taking time and talking to us about this. Yes, we're looking forward to lighting the lights here coming up not too long from now. And we're looking for some pretty good weather, too, for the next couple of weeks, so people can come out and enjoy the lights. I'll tell you what, here's what's happening right now with the latest on the Lakewood Ranch webcam. You can see basically cloudy skies throughout the day today. These clouds are associated with a frontal boundary, which is now pushing through, and it is bringing in some lower dew points, and those lower dew points are going to drop things down a bit tonight as far as temperatures go, so it'll make you feel a little bit more in season. As we look at the radar and satellite imagery, you can see some light rain showers moving in from the Gulf of Mexico up near Anna Maria Island. Cooler for the next 36 hours, and then we warm up fairly quickly for the weekend. The radar picture is showing that activity right now, and then another cold front is due to arrive mid to late week next week, and as far as the rain goes, it's very light in nature. It's offshore currently of Sarasota County, so should not be a factor for the lighting of the bromeliad trees. And I'll tell you what, as far as the heavy rainfall goes, there's some moderate showers about 50 miles offshore, so it should not be a big factor as far as that goes. Here's the evening planner. By 9 o'clock, we may get a little precipitation in it, continuing on to 11 o'clock. Temperatures falling a little bit sooner than we've seen over the past couple of nights, so we'll get a little chillier tonight and especially tomorrow morning. Currently, we do have cloudy conditions, 66 degrees. Dew point temperature has been dropping steadily now. It's at 53. That's always a good indicator of how cold things are going to get for tonight, and we'll be down into the low to mid 50s to start things off tomorrow. Already down in the 40s, even some 30s in Pensacola now, 36-degree dew point temperature there. Still warm and muggy in Key West at 75, 71. In Miami, actual temperatures now 50s and 60s and 70s across the area, and right now near the coast, temperatures still holding on into the upper 60s there, low 70s in some places like Northport and into Punta Gorda, 69 in Venice, Bradenton at 67, and Wauchula at 67, 69 in Lake Placid. Well, the forecast planner tomorrow does call for cloudy skies. High temperatures, though, only reaching in the low to mid 60s tomorrow, so it will be rather cool. And then we'll notice, again, a little bit of a warm-up by Saturday. We'll start to see temperatures back where they belong by the afternoon into the mid-70s there. And we'll look for the possibility of rain next week as we move on through time. Now, as far as the forecast goes, 7-day forecast, we were there a minute ago, but there it is. Slight chance for showers on Friday. And then notice the cool down back to 74 by Saturday afternoon, upper 70s by Sunday. So a good weekend ahead. Next chance for showers doesn't come until next Thursday. So things looking pretty good here tonight. We'll talk more about this event and the weekend events that are coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you guys.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. In Suncoast Traffic Watch right now, we have an issue near Venice. The right lane is blocked on River Road. This is the southbound lanes. It's on I-75 actually at the River Road exit. and that is backing up traffic for quite a while there due to emergency vehicles. You may want to avoid that area if possible. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, U.S. health officials are dealing with an outbreak of mumps. The CDC says the U.S. has been hit with the most mumps cases in a decade. Mumps is a contagious disease caused by a virus spread through saliva and mucus. As of November 5th, there are more than 2,800 cases. The majority of the outbreaks are in 2 states. Arkansas has 1,870 and Iowa has 683 cases. 4 other states, Indiana, Illinois, Massachusetts, and Oklahoma, have also reported more than 100 cases this year. The U.S. Surgeon General is calling e-cigarettes an emerging public health threat to our nation's youth. In a new report released today, the Surgeon General acknowledges a need for more research into the health effects of vaping, but says e-cigs aren't harmless and too many teens are using them. He also worries that e-cigarettes have the potential to create a whole new generation of kids who are addicted to nicotine. Because it contains fewer of the harmful compounds of regular cigarettes, vaping was first pushed as a safer option for smokers, but there's no scientific consensus on the risks or advantages. Now to new research on how popular drinks affect women's bone density. According to Cleveland Clinic, colas and coffee appear to have some effect on women's bone density and could lead to osteoporosis. But tea, even the kind with caffeine, and other sodas do not. Researchers are still looking for reasons why, but one reason drinking cola or coffee could affect bone density is that drinking more of these beverages means you are drinking fewer drinks like milk that promote bone health. And coming up next, amazing new underwater footage gives a glimpse into the attack of Pearl Harbor. Plus, Paris decides to use one symbol of love to spread that love to others.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights. Stop by ABC 7 or Sunset Kia in Sarasota, Bradenton, or Venice to pick up an Angel Tree gift tag. It will tell you what a local child or senior citizen is wishing for this holiday season.
From ABC 7, thanks for your generosity and happy holidays.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Flooring Depot has been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties for over 20 years with the best products and installation. Flooring Depot offers carpet, tile, hardwood, and more. Before you buy, give us a try. Stop by our showroom or visit us on the web at bestvaluecarpet.com.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Types of timber, cuts of meat, cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters. And proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue. Local Pitmasters since '68.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WindGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WindGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Scientists have discovered 2 Japanese mini submarines that went down near Pearl Harbor 75 years ago, and for the first time the public is getting a chance to see them. NOAA used an underwater robot to stream a live look of these mini subs. On December 7, 1941, patrol crews spotted one of the subs trying to enter the harbor. The sub fired at the USS Ward, but the destroyer fired back, sinking it. The second submarine disappeared the morning of the attack and was discovered in shallow waters 10 years later. Both submarines sank before Japan's aerial attack on Pearl Harbor.
A lower part of the rudder was slightly bent over, so it looked like it had...
It remains nice and smooth.
The underwater live stream was the first time the public has seen these submarines. Pretty fascinating. Paris will auction thousands of those love locks to help refugees. Attaching padlocks to city bridges as a symbol of love was a long-standing tradition in Paris, but the city council stopped the romantic ritual after city bridges started to crumble from all the weight. City leaders didn't want to destroy the souvenirs, so now they've decided to sell them. They hope to raise more than $100,000 to support refugees.
Even the penguins are getting into the holiday spirit. A park in Japan dressed up the birds as Santa. They took their daily waddle with their red capes, but they were missing the hats and the beards, but they look just adorable. Christmas came a little early for some Suncoast children. The annual flight to the North Pole taking place this morning at the Sarasota Bradenton International Airport Fire Department. Instead of a sleigh, Santa Claus came in on a helicopter. The kids got to talk to Santa, make crafts, get a few gifts, and play some games. This special event is held each year for terminally ill children who are facing challenges during the holidays. It is a collaboration between the fire department, law enforcement, and area businesses, and that is a fantastic one.
Looks like they all had a great time, too.
That's wonderful. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, public buildings in Venice are falling apart. What's being done to fix the problem and when it might get solved.
Plus, an update on a shooting at a Nevada school that left one teen seriously hurt.
Don't miss the 19th annual Thunder by the Bay Motorcycle Festival, January 5th through the 8th, to benefit Suncoast Charities for Children. This year's festival welcomes special guest Blue Oyster Cult to the premier sports campus at Lakewood Ranch on January 8th at 4 p.m. Admission is free. Festival events include a sporting clay tournament, kickoff party, welcome Thunder event, Cruise for Cash charity motorcycle ride, and a 2-day Rockin' and Ridin' at the Ranch festival featuring vendors, live music, a taste of Thunder area, and more. VIP tickets are available. For tickets and info, visit thunderbybthebay.org.
Holiday scratch-offs are here, and oh, they make great surprises. Imagine the joy they will bring. With over $126 million in prizes, use them for a wreath or a place card for your feast. Attach them, scratch them, and let the magic happen. Holiday scratch-offs. The Florida Lottery has them. Just imagine.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon. During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly one in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.